Hi everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of Moto Scotty. Today's a big day. Today is the day I collect my new bike. I have never had a new motorbike before. It's always been a second-hand model. Someone else has obviously had the enjoyment of collecting and ordering and all that goes around with ordering a new motorbike. And I've taken the decision to buy the new R1300 GS, which looks absolutely incredible. I know it's had very mixed reviews. I think over time that was probably going to get a lot better, mainly over the headlight design more than anything else, because everyone's been so used to having the sort of lopsided eye headlight design. So we'll see how that goes. But it's a very chilly day today. It's wet. It's the best conditions Scotland's got to offer in December. So today's keyword is layering and making sure we're warm enough in the bike. Thankfully the heated grips will keep us going. I've got a friend that is joining me as well, just for some company and obviously to see what the new bike's like. He's not actually seen it in the flesh yet. I had the pleasure of seeing it at the Birmingham Motor Show, motorbike show a couple of weeks ago, which is one of the deciding factors for going for this, I guess. But we'll be able to film collecting the bike, doing a bit of a handover, seeing what it's all about. I know it's quite a new bike on the scene. One thing for me was trying to get insurance for it. This thing just does not exist in any insurance websites yet. So you've really got to phone about, and they basically insure it under is at $12.50 until they can get the proper ratings for it. So insurance is expensive. It's really hard to get. My previous company couldn't do it at all. I had to leave that and go to a brand new company, sadly. But it is what it is, and it allows us to pick up the bike, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, join us on our trip today to collect a new bike. So that's us just arrived, 100 miles in wet, cold conditions, but hey, time to collect the new bike. So just up behind me there, I can see them sitting. So we're going to have a look at some pretty nice bikes and hopefully get the new R1300 and see what all that's about. First time actually, being on the bike properly, I guess. So, high expectations, and hopefully it delivers exactly what I hope it delivers. Just returned home, absolutely soaking wet, and an absolute testament, to be fair, to the clown suit. It's been a torrential downpour for the last 100 miles. December, 7 degrees, very comfortable, very dry, not a problem at all. So I'm just going to talk through basically, first 100 miles really of getting the bike home. Just sort of my thoughts off it, things that I like, to see if there's anything I maybe didn't like. But yeah, overall, I'll show you the new beast. Bike as well. So obviously we've got the nice colour scheme with the paint that's there, but also the actual frame itself's got this gorgeous fleck through it. And it's all matching against what would be on the sort of cylinder head too. I'm going to give the bike a bit of a clean down as well. So 100 miles of riding through rain takes its toll on pretty much everything on it. So it does need a good clean, a bit of a power wash down, and then get the old blower out and fire off all the water. For the sat nav provision, it's identical to the other one really. So if you've bought a nav 5 or nav 6, have no fear, this will still be absolutely fine too. Got a lovely option 719 covers on it as well. Really nice wee features throughout it as well. We've got them in the brake levers as also. Just show into there. It's really nice, and then obviously onto the foot pegs and the brakes too. Just some really nice wee features too. This bike here, soft touch, which is good. So the old GS, I had to get a tank pad protector, or a tank protector, I guess, to stop any sort of scratches and things like that on it. This comes with it. And again, the seats, I've went for the optional heated seats. Definitely get them. There's absolutely no way I would have a bike now without heated seats. Coming down, it's just so much nicer being on the bike in the pouring rain, being actually nice and toasty. And then rear passenger seats as well, obviously heated too. I'm sure that'll please my wife when she gets it. But yeah, overall really nice. I've got the adjustable windscreen, which again's an added extra, I suppose. Like most things in this bike, standard sort of BMW, isn't it? Really, it's everything's an extra in some respects. So easy to use. You've got this hamburger, I think it's sort of been called. You can press that and that's just sort of quick access to this particular screen. And from there we can select, you know, what all the different bits and pieces do. So we've got the cruise control. Again, fantastic feature. Really felt that was worthwhile coming down the road. Nice and relaxed, and the bike automatically adjusted to the speed of the vehicle in front. Really, actually very good. We just use the wee whizzy wheel, and we can move down. We can select, you know, heating, and that, you know, between the heated seats and the heated hand grips, which is really good. And then we've got the windscreen as well. And if we select the windscreen, we can move this here up and down. So pretty good protection as well, because we've got these two side covers which were standard in the GSA. You know, I actually felt the wind protection was pretty decent, to be fair. No doubt there'll be aftermarket screens that'll come on a bit bigger. The old 1200 had this big Pug screen, which was just really good for weather protection, kept all the air off it, which was fantastic. So there might be stuff like that that'll come out. In fact, I'd be very surprised if there wasn't. And through the actual bits and pieces, you can change everything. You know, the sort of quicker, the sort of multi-switch that you can program to what you want it to. I had it on at heating. I'll just keep it there. You'll notice there about the numbers that's on the heating. If I come back out of this here and we switch into this, I can select the heated seats, and it goes 1, 2 and 3. 3 being the warmest. Never had the 3 before, to be honest. It's really warm. Big difference. If you're used to the 1 and 2 setting in the 1200s, getting the 3, it makes a huge difference. It's so much warmer. And really, you know, actually a bit too warm, to be fair. Even though it was about 7 degrees outside temperature, which on a bike's a lot colder, 3 was actually too warm for it. So rest assured that should be plenty for most people with that and the heated seats. A couple of final points is the luggage to the side. It's all century locked. Got to use the new key to be able to open it. Actually quite a nice key design as well. For the actual locks itself, this wee bit here is where you would store, there's a wee cover that would go into the point just in there if you ever take the panniers off, and it protects the element that connects up all the lights. But into here, you know, they're very spacious, dead easy to use, which should hopefully open. There we go. See, loads of storage into there. That sort of nice added feature with the extra light. Just pretty good. All easily adjusted with that, just to turn it in and out. So it still gives you that Vario system, which was a fantastic feature in the old bike. Just lock that up. And again, panniers again, extras, sadly. Quite expensive, £1,400, but to be fair, you know, a central lock-in every time you walk away from the bike. It's a really nice feature. I actually think they look a lot better as well in real life than the older ones. You've also got these tie points, so if you want to put any top bags on it, which again, that's a good feature. Missing from the old one, or the old set of Vario panniers, but you know, there's been times where I went away with the luggage strapped to the back of the seat. This here would be a bit of a game changer. I'm sure there'll be someone who'll come along, you know, with things that can clip in and design, you know, as time goes on and more features and more accessories come out for the actual bike itself. For the actual storage into here, we button down the bottom. Took me a while to find that one, by the way. And then we've got into here and we've got a strut. It just holds this up while we're in there. Nice deep bin. You know, easily fit a helmet into there, which is probably what most people would use it for if they're ever out. There we go. But yeah, so that's first impressions. Once I get the bike cleaned up and get out for a proper review and have a wee look around some other features and things like that as well, one of the other things I like, which hasn't really been talked about, but for some people who clean their bike a lot like me, this has got to be one of the best design features off the bike. The old cylinder heads had these tiny little grooves that were impossible for getting stuff cleaned out of. You know, water would sit in it, and no matter what you would do, whenever you went back to the bike, there'd always just be something sitting in it. Look how big they are. That will make that cleaning so much easier. So, fantastic job by the BMW design team for that one. I think they've listened to a lot of feedback of what people liked in the old one and what they maybe didn't like, and they've really added, you know, added a good few bits with it. This wee bit here as well, similar to what's on the Adventure. Handlebars kind of blocking it a wee bit, but great place for storing a mobile phone. USB connection socket as well for charging on the go. So yeah, all in all, I am absolutely delighted